would suggest that 10 Tant She has beaten 8 Supernova Heights, 6 Secretly in the Stripes, far side involved as well. Behind them Talcar probably fourth, baited, as Simon said, a little unlucky in the run near side with the pink cap. And just out the back of the shot in the red is Victrix Ludorum, who got into the race after a sluggish start before being left behind in the last couple of furlongs. Bit green in the preliminaries, this Tant She, a little bit green in the race. It took a while for the penny to drop, but drop it did late on. Here comes the result.
First, number 10, Tant She. And a further photo finish for second place.
She's confirmed the winner at 9-1. Further photograph for second place. That might take a little sorting out. We'll bring it to you as soon as we have it. Dave, let's take the race back from the start. 1 or 2 missed the break. Victrix Adorum among them. Abated held up. Didn't appear to go much of a gallop early.
No, they didn't go much of a pace. And you can see one of the first things to notice is that the favourite Abated, or the joint favourite Abated, was a bit keen early on. That horse has got a couple behind as Supernova Heights sets the pace. As we look at them, Sinardi is on the left. A particularly good run, I thought, from Secretly, who's narrowly beaten in third. But if you watch this race again, you'll see that Fergus Sweeney's arms are among the first to move as she struggles to come to terms with what is required of her. Not a strong pace as they come towards the stand side. Abated didn't get the breaks in the closing stages. She got her path blocked. It's fair to say Richard Kingscote was looking for room on more than one occasion, and there'll be other days for her. She didn't rattle home particularly once she did get Clearwater, but she's not been beaten that far at the line. I think she was in a share of 5th place with the vote. We've got
dead heat for second between Supernova Heights and Secretly. Supernova Heights and Secretly 8 and 6, dead heat for second place behind Tant She, who was returned at 9-1. Just a final line, very briefly, Dave.
Yeah, the winner looked green beforehand, shown plenty of promise, but don't give up on Abated, and Supernova Heights will certainly pick one of these up before long.
And number 8, Supernova Heights.
What a start that was. Let's hope favourite backers enjoy a little more of a slice of luck than you did there. Plenty coming up from Newmarket, where we're going to get off in the company of Dave Nevison throughout the afternoon. Dave's with me for Chester, Newmarket, and we'll take a look at the early races from Perth as well. All right, let's get across to Newmarket. First thing to note, they are racing on the near side track. The last few days have been on the far side track. So near side track, that's fresh ground. It's in Newmarket. There you see it. So more towards the stand side, if you see what I mean. And that's fresh ground. The stalls over on the far side though. First race is 6 furlong maiden contest. Good fun. We've been watching there. Intrepid is 13-8. Inca Surprise is 7-2. Strictly Silka is 6-1. Zanetto is 8-1, 9-1 about Shamaheart in this particular contest, and Senator Bong is the non-runner. So Intrepid, actually finished ahead of Senator Bong on debut, is the favourite on the strength of that course form, Dave.
It should be as well. It was a really good run on similar conditions to what it's going to face today. I wouldn't have thought it would have to improve much to win this, and the way it was handled in that race was ridden very much with a view to looking after it, giving it a good experience and enabling the horse to progress. It was looked a hot maiden. This looks a hot maiden, but it's done enough to suggest it's at least good enough to win one of these.
Well, that's Intrepid then. Don't know whether it's significant that we haven't seen second favourite Inca Surprise for a while, but the truth is, after a highly promising debut run at Newbury and what's emerged as quite a hot winner's race, he's been off the track for several months since.
He's been off the track, but he's holding his position in the market at 3-1, which is fairly strong second favourite. So to me, it suggests that if there was a problem, he's over it. There's enough stable confidence, and he ran an exactly similar race to Intrepid, possibly in it was a similar quality race, but might not just have been quite as good. And the other horse arrives here on the back of a recent good effort, so that's why he's a little bit bigger in price, but definitely a horse who can win races.
Strictly Silka is highly rated. She deserves her position in the market. She might just be vulnerable to some of these sort of less exposed or lightly race types.
Absolutely so. I think she can definitely win a race. Probably entered in this race hoping that it might not be the best Saturday at Newmarket, but has come up against two potentially very good 2-year-olds, so I suspect placed at best again.
I think Shamaheart will improve a bit, but will need to on that Windsor debut. The market perhaps telling you the story on the well-bred Noble Deed. She's got a really interesting Cheveley Park pedigree, but she's around about 14-1 for a race like this, which might just put it in some sort of context. There's a couple to load forward. Strictly Silka over on the far side, so I think we're nearly set. It'll be Derek Thompson to call them home once again.
Hi guys, 30 degrees here today, absolutely red hot, and a big charity day, Horsemen and Heroes Day. So it's a day to enjoy. I tell you, 7 big races for the professionals and 1 for the celebrities. Stand by, we're ready. They're all in for the first race of the day. 6 furlongs, they're off. They're racing. And the favourite, Intrepid, second right, broke smartly. The one with a bit sluggish was Noble Deed. Let's see who's going to take him along. On the right, Inca Surprise. Now, we're going into 2 groups here. Inca Surprise, Intrepid, and Strictly Silka on the far side. The main group coming down the middle of the track is led by Zanetto. Keeping this one company is in the black cap, Coincidentally. Then third this side of this group is the obvious choice. The blue cap of Noble Deed. Behind Noble Deed is Shamaheart. The one who's struggling is Dumbarton Rock. At the halfway stage, 3 left to run. Down the middle of the track, Zanetto just the leader. From Coincidentally second. Third on the far side is Inca Surprise. Those other horses on the far side are going to have to kick on a little bit because it seems to be down the middle of the track where the action is. 2 furlongs left to run. Blue sleeves Zanetto. Red colours with the black cap, Coincidentally. Leader on the far side is Inca Surprise. The middle is leading this race, and staying on to be third now is Noble Deed. I'm looking for the favourite Intrepid. He's not picking up, and he's going to struggle to win this. The blue sleeves Zanetto. On the far side, Coincidentally goes against the rails. Here comes Noble Deed with a good-looking run. In the blue sleeves Zanetto. Zanetto's coming through to win it. Here they come towards the line. Zanetto, Liam Canary win the opener. On the far side, Coincidentally. In third is Noble Deed. Close for fourth between Inca Surprise and Shamaheart. Favourite disappointing. Last to finish, Dumbarton Rock.
Well, this is Zanetto who spearheads an attack up the middle of the track, which eventually, one way or t'other, despite some driftage, will produce the 1, 2, 3, and something of a surprise as well as we take it from the start. The result, Zanetto, Coincidentally, and Noble Deed. That's your 1, 2, 3. A trio of well-fancied horses towards the 4 in the market, including Intrepid, Strictly Silka, and Inca Surprise. They're the trio that go towards the far side. How significant that those fancied runners have bombed?
They didn't win, did they? So you'd be unlikely that they've all run really below form. So on that evidence of one race, you'd suggest that that far rail isn't where you want to be. Zanetto has got form. I dissed Strictly Silka, saying it was a four-time raced horse and not open to improvement that the likely race type was, but this was exactly the same. Has been pitching it very high at Royal Ascot and Glorious Goodwood, back into a maiden, shown that he's decent. He's a habitual front runner on the evidence so far. And yeah, has got the legs of these, but maybe he's had a really easy test because the rail is absolutely not the place to be, so that overstates his superiority. But it was a good effort from a horse who knows what he's doing, has got the experience, but slightly puzzling